Good boy. You ready? Sit. Good. Henry, you got some friends? Hey, Henry. Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we are not on the Gulf Coast or on the Atlantic coast right now. We're actually at the dog park. This is Henry. Henry, say hi, buddy. Henry's getting a little exercise right now. And there's actually another loose golden doodle just kind of running around the park here. So we're trying to get him, well, they're trying to get him inside to the big dog park here. All right, but on this video, we're going to talk about the experience fishing the Gulf Coast and then starting the Atlantic side. So if you guys are here on the channel, I appreciate you for being here with me. We've had quite the journey in the last 30 days. We've been on the road for 30 days, fished even after New Year's into 2025, but we stopped that trip a little bit short. Now, after the Jacksonville video, the last video we posted on this channel, we went down South Florida, down to Pompano Beach Fisher Family Pier, and we had to cut that trip a little bit short, unfortunately. So I didn't post a video for that one, but we will return back down to that area. Maybe throw in a couple clips in this video here. But when we travel, you guys know Brutus, you know Carl, but this is Henry. Henry comes with us also. And Henry usually stays in the hotel room while I'm out fishing, and he does really good. He's usually really great hanging out. But at the Pompano Beach location, he didn't enjoy that hotel a lot. I ended up getting a phone call about an hour into fishing there, saying that Henry just was not happy. I always tell the people at the front desk, hey, if my dog's up there, if he's not calm, just let me know and I'll come pick him up. And that's exactly what happened. While we were fishing, got a phone call saying, hey, Henry's not too happy right now. So we went back, picked him up. I think being on the road for a while wore him out a little bit. So we ended up packing our bags, heading back home. He slept pretty good in his crate, just hung out. And yeah, so we're taking a little break right now from fishing and being on the road. When we continue our trip, unfortunately, we might have to leave Henry behind, but that's okay because we want to continue fishing the rest of these states here. We have from Florida up to Maine that we're going to fish, the entire Atlantic coast. We're going to be fishing that. At least one pier from each state. Will we catch fish? I'm not really sure. We got skunked in the Gulf Coast, 2 states, but the point is to at least get a line wet in each of those states along the Atlantic Ocean. So we have that trip planned coming up here pretty soon. Right now, there's a bit of a cold storm coming through. It's winter time, of course, so we're just hanging out. We were supposed to be going fly fishing next weekend. Next week we were supposed to go fly fishing, but it's supposed to snow. So who knows when we'll actually get back out on the water here. We'll probably have to wait a couple weeks. So we'll keep tagging you guys with some videos and keep you up to date with what we have going on here. And especially Mr. Henry, we want to make sure that he's nice and calm and he's a good boy. So I think being on the road, we were on the road for about 30 days from Texas to Florida, stopping and fishing in Galveston, Texas, fishing in Cypremort Point, Louisiana, fishing in Mississippi, fishing in Alabama, and then fishing at Panama City Beach in Florida. We got skunked out 2 of those states, but that's okay. But we were on the road for quite a while, so we're just here catching our breath, relaxing a little bit, and making sure that Henry is remaining a good boy. So in this video, I want to talk to you guys about my experience fishing those different states along the Gulf Coast and kind of what I've learned. First thing I learned is while going to these different piers, there are animal identification sheets, usually at the front counters. And that's what we ended up picking up at Galveston, Texas. Galveston was our first fishing location. Down in Galveston, there's a seawall and there's 2 different piers. There's the Galveston Fishing Pier and the Galveston 61st Street Fishing Pier. And at the Galveston Fishing Pier location, when you walk inside the shop, they have fish identifier cards for you and a bunch of little souvenirs and knickknacks. But the identification cards are really a great asset to carry with you, so you know what fish you're actually catching. Same way we use it along our trip. You know, it's great to really throw in your tackle box and just have with you. So that's the first thing, is getting an Atlantic fish identifier sheet to see if they are the same fish. What's Henry doing? To see if they are the same fish that we caught in the Gulf Coast or if there's any difference. But getting one of those sheets is going to be a priority. Um, when you go to these locations, some of the locations, there are pay for parking and pay to enter the pier also. So first thing we do when we get to the location is we check to see if there's paying, if you have to pay to park. If you do have to pay to park, make sure you pay to park, because there are, for example, the Gulf State Park in Alabama, we did see the parking officer walking around ticketing people who did not have parking permits. It's, you know, $2 to $4 for an hour to 2 hours, depending on how long. Each spot's a little bit different. So make sure that you're tracking those and that you're checking if there's paying for, if you have to pay to be there. Galveston also, right along the seawall, there's hours of operations for when you have to pay in order to be at that location to park right along the seawall. There is free parking on the other side of the street at the Galveston location, but if you're going to park right along the seawall, you do have to pay to park along that seawall. Also, Cypremort Point, that's another state park, so you do pay to enter that state park to access the beach, the fishing pier, the boat ramp. So there is a little bit of a cost to do that also, a couple dollars, $3 or so. So it's not too bad. And you know, $3, $4, $5 to fish really isn't that bad if you're able to catch fish, bring it home and eat it. That's, you know, $3 to $5 for a meal to possibly feed your family. So as far as I see it, it's a pretty great deal. Uh, Panama City Beach, awesome experience. That's one of my greatest fishing adventures. Being able to look down in the clear water and see thousands of whiting fish right there. I didn't catch any sheephead, but I saw people around me pulling up sheephead, which was awesome. Sheephead and pompano were on my list of fish that I really want to pull up, but just witnessing other anglers be able to catch them was a great experience. So we're going to continue to target those two types of fish, but just seeing the clear water and how many fish were actually in the water was so amazing. There was a school of Spanish mackerel that came through, and it was such an intense moment. So we were bottom fishing, and all of a sudden you start seeing these shines going through the water, bigger fish swimming through the water. And at first I didn't know what they were. And then one of the guys, one of the other anglers that was there, he said, "Hey, those are Spanish down there. Let's throw out some jigs." So everybody put on a jig, you know, reeled in their lines, threw on a jig, and started casting out, trying to catch one of the Spanish mackerels. It was about 5 minutes of pure chaos on the pier. Super awesome time trying to catch them. I threw out some jigs and I could see them following the jigs. I was trying to jig them, but they just wouldn't hit the jig. They would go right up to it, and that was about as good as it got. So what an awesome experience. At least next time when we go, we know what a Spanish mackerel is, what they look like in the water, so then we can be a little bit more prepared, possibly keeping a rod out of the water just with one of those jigs on it. So next time one comes by, we can just cast it out instead of having to reel in, rebait, and then cast back out. Henry, how you doing, buddy? How you doing, buddy? You see some friends? Henry's playing with his friends over here. So yeah, quick update video for you guys, just letting you know what's going on. So we're no longer on the road right now. We're just hanging out for a little bit, waiting for this winter storm to pass. Then we'll continue our U.S. coastal fishing adventure. Hope you're all having a great 2025 so far. I appreciate all the subscribers, all the comments. We still have our gift basket that we're going to ship out to whoever wins in the first 100 subscribers. So we've got some cool knickknacks in there from some of the piers that we fished. We're going to put them all in a little box and ship them off to somebody. I think it's just a really cool thing to do. So kind of bring you along with us here on this journey. And I appreciate you guys for subscribing, liking, commenting on the video, especially people commenting and saying, hey, I haven't been to this location yet, I'm excited to go. And also people telling me new locations and piers to check out. So anywhere from Florida to Maine, if you have any really cool spots in your state or somewhere that you fished at, feel free to drop it in the comment section, what pier we should check out during our trip. So I appreciate you guys for being here with me on this journey. I think Henry's about done playing now, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I just wanted to make a quick video, give you guys an update on what's going on. So appreciate it. We're in 2025, super exciting. Also knocking out a bucket list activity, fishing every state in the Gulf Coast in 2024. 2025, we will fish from every state, from Florida to Maine, every state on the Atlantic side of the United States. And I'm super excited to get the ball rolling. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next video. Henry. 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 Henry, sit. Good boy. You ready to go? All right, buddy. Sit the road.